Hi everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I'm back with another addition to my Tall Skinny Mini tutorials. We're going to do pages 6, 7, and 8 today. A couple things. I have been asked a couple questions. The line that I'm using for my demo book is basic gray, and I'm using the clippings and fact or fiction lines of paper. They seem to actually blend just beautifully with each other. So that's what I'm using, a combination of all of that stuff. I had a question about putting the pages into the book. I found it easier to make all the pages first and then bind the pages. And the reason being is that, I'm calling these pages 1 through 10, but you can put them in any order you want. So once you get the pages made and you get them decorated, then you can kind of set them out and look at them and see where, which order you actually want them in. So I'm suggesting that you make all the pages first and put the pattern paper on them or make them out of the pattern paper. And then put them in the order you want. Then I will show you after I make pages 9 and 10 how to bind them, and then decorate them. That seems to be the easiest way, at least for my brain, to do it. If you have a different way, of course you can do whatever you want. But that was a question, and that's how I did it. So I made the base pages first, I bound it, then I decorated it. Let's see, I want to say there was another question, and now I'm drawing a blank, so if it comes to me, I will let you know during the video. So today we're going to work on pages 6, 7, and 8, and those pages are going to be this one here, where it has a pocket on each side for different tags, and then, of course, every page we have the tall pocket for the top for the tags. Then page 7 is going to be a small pocket page, and a page, okay, again with a place to put a tag. And then page 8 is going to be a page where it has a big long tall pocket on the side that you can put different stuff in. And then the other side of the page, again, we're also going to leave a space for a tag that pulls out. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to do like I've done with all the other pages. I'm going to show you with cardstock first to show you the measurements, and then I'm going to show you with decorated cardstock, with pattern paper put on the cardstock, and then I'll show you what it looks like with just using straight double-sided pattern paper. So here we go. So page 6, score first at the 4-inch line, and then you're going to cut at the 8-inch line, essentially cutting a 4-inch piece off. This is what we're going to use to make the smaller pockets that's going to be on either side of the page. So this will be your base page. It will bind here on this edge. We'll close the bottom with wet glue, making the pocket at the top. And then we'll use this to make pockets. Let me show you how I did that. I got some colored cardstock to show you. So this essentially is this piece that we cut off, okay, turned on its side. So you're going to want to score it at 1/2 inch, 4.5 inches, 5.5 inches, and 9.5 inches. Cut that 2-inch piece off, score it down here at 1/2 of an inch. Okay, does that make sense? So let's do that again. You can cut this off before you do anything if you want. So cut 2 inches off, get rid of it. You're going to have this piece here. It's going to be 10 inches long. Score it at 1/2, 4.5, 5.5, 9.5, and then score at the bottom. And then the red lines indicate cutting, so you're going to want to cut these corners out, because this is these are going to be the tabs of the pockets that's going to attach to your page. So cut it in half. Once you do that, you are going to end up with 2 pocket pieces. Okay, and we've all seen these before in other minis. You can create pockets like this in any shape, size you want, put them anywhere you want. They're really cool and versatile. So then you fold the tabs back, and then that's how you attach it to your page. Okay, so to look at my example here using the cardstock covered with pattern paper, I've already cut the 4-inch piece off and created my pockets. Okay, now what I want to show you about this particular page is that don't cover the base part of your pages first. before you put the pockets on. What you want to do is put the pockets on first and then cover your pages. And the reason why is because when you put the pages or the pockets on the page, you're going to have those tabs are going to be there, and they can hitch, you know, and catch with any tags that you want to put in the pocket. So what this does is if you wait until you attach the pockets to it, then you can take your pattern piece of paper and slide that into the pocket over those tabs and essentially get rid of any hitch that could happen with your tags. Okay? So that's one hint with this particular pocket page. So again, then the page will fold, binding, you'll have a pocket on this side, you'll turn the page, pocket on this side. Okay? I hope that made sense. So then if you're using pattern paper, the thing you need to be aware of is that the pattern paper has to have at least one side that's not directional, because when you cut the piece off of the side, you're essentially going to have to turn it this way to create the pockets. Okay, so the side that you cut off, one of those sides has to be non-directional so that your pages will look proper. So just be aware of that when you're choosing a paper for this page. And again, I just created the pockets, and then what I wanted to show you here is I didn't attach this one all the way. Here's that edge that I was showing you. Now that is going to be, you know, something that if you use pattern paper, that might be a problem, it might not. But pattern paper is a lot thinner too than cardstock, so sometimes you can get away with stuff like that. And then I also wanted to show you I kind of beveled that edge a little bit so that when you fold it, it'll essentially disappear and be hidden from the top pocket. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Alright, so again, when you fold it, binding edge here, here's the first side, and then here would be the second side. Okay, so that's page number 6. Now page number 7 is kind of fun because that's the one that we end up creating the side pocket. That's kind of in the middle of everything. So again, your 12 by 12 base paper. You have a 4-inch score here. That's the first thing you're going to do. Second thing you're going to do is score it at 8 all the way down. Third thing you're going to do is score at 3 1/8 inch from the top down. So this is at 3 1/8 inch, and then you're going to want to do it again from the bottom at 3 1/8 inch. Okay? Then the next thing you're going to want to do is at the red line here, you can see at the 8-inch score, you just cut up to that 3/8 inch score line, okay, on both sides. Alright? So then what this does is you fold the page like this, and that's going to create the binding edge over here, okay? And then fold it this way. This folds down, that folds up, pocket page, okay? So all you have to do is put a little score tape on the edges here, and then when you overlap them, you know, that'll close that area, and then you're going to cover this with pattern paper. And this represents wet glue that helps, you know, finish the edge so that your pocket actually has a bottom. Alright? So looking at that page with, whoops, sorry guys, my fingers aren't working. I've kind of already folded it so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like, but here is the 4-inch score, here's the 8-inch score, here's the cut up to 3 1/8 and down to 3 1/8, okay? And then this piece right here, and excuse this, I'm going to show you something here real quick. This is the sides that fold up and fold down and then can create the pocket, okay? And then if you cover it with pattern paper, that's what you're going to get. Alright? But here's the kind of cool thing. As I was doing this, there's a way you can alter this too if you want. What you could do is just adhere with wet glue on these sides, creating a pocket here, and then this can be a flap. And what you can do is use the string closures with eyelets and whatnot, and create a secret kind of journaling pocket place if you wanted to do that. Okay, but this way, and I haven't adhered it down because I wanted to show you that, but this way we'll have our little pocket page. So when you look at the page, excuse me, you'll have the binding edge here, first side, turn the page, and then you get this extra little bonus page. Alright? These pages are very, very versatile. You can totally do a bazillion different things with it. Alright, so again with the pattern paper, there's a score here at 4, and I know it's hard to see, there's a score here at 8. Now with the double-sided pattern paper if that's what you're choosing to use for your base page. You have to fold the flaps the opposite direction because that way you're going to get the contrasting paper to make your page. Just remember that you have to make the slit here a little bit bigger so that when you fold this up, these edges here don't compete with this score here and your page will fold nicely. Now, this right here can be covered with another piece of pattern paper if you wanted to. You can put some sort of an embellishment here, whatever, because you are going to have that seam there. But that will be a nice way to create that page. Okay, so that's page 7. And then last is page 8 for today. And this page is kind of fun because it's also kind of versatile. You can get your 12 by 12 piece of paper, score at 4 and at 8 and at 11. When you do that, you're going to fold the page here, so that's going to be the binding edge like we've been doing, okay? Then this page here, you're going to fold it like so. And we're going to use wet glue here and here. When you fold it up, glue it down, then you're going to have this big pocket. Now you're probably thinking what to do with this edge. This edge I punched and then decorated. And let me show you again in my other book what that looks like, if I could find it. So right here is this long pocket. Now I did it on the opposite side, so you can again do these pockets in any, on either side you want. It doesn't matter. You just have to reverse the folds. So it makes a big long pocket, and then I punched that 1-inch piece that we had scored and folded it down, and it just gave it a nice pretty decorative edge. I added a sticker here. You can add a strip of paper or whatever you want. So that's what I did with that page. Okay, so then as we move on to our cardstock, 4-inch, 8-inch, I folded it. Here's the 11-inch score that I made. I punched the edge and then I folded it back down and glued it down so that when we fold it and make the page and put it in our book, here's the binding edge again, and we will again glue here to make the pocket there. Okay, so this is how the page will look. You turn it, turn it, and then you'll end up with this long pocket here because these two ends here will be glued down and you'll have a nice big long pocket. Okay, and then what I wanted to show you with the pattern paper. If you're doing this page with pattern paper, just be aware you're going to have to do something a little bit different. This is the 4-inch, this is the 8-inch, and here's the 11-inch score. And when you fold the book, or fold the page, excuse me, you're not going to get a really pretty edge because, this kind of competes with this. Now, when you put a tag in here, it might not be so bad, but what you could do is just simply cut that off, and that will give you a contrasting edge. So you can just be aware that you might want to do that. Not a big deal. Like I said, these pages are very versatile. You can put the pockets that we're making that are on one side. You can do it on one side or the other. Just reverse the folds. And again, like I showed you on this one, this pocket here can be pretty versatile because instead of making it a pocket like that, you could make it like a pocket like this and use this as a flap for that pocket page. Okay? So anyways, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm trying real hard to do a good job on these videos. I want to make sure everybody has fun with this and the instructions are clear and nobody has any problems. Just remember to go ahead and not bind anything until we're all done so that you can see how your papers are flowing together, and if you don't like one color against another one, then you totally can change the order. It doesn't matter. I'm hoping to come back next week and we'll do pages 9 and 10, and possibly I will be able to show you the binding, how to put the pages in the book, and then it's just a matter of me showing you how I made some of the cool tags that I made in here. Alright, so have a very awesome rest of your day. Stay crafty, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.